A Tesla involved in a fatal Fontana crash was on autopilot. CHP says the car was operating Tesla's automated system during the May 5th crash. This marks the fourth U.S. death involving autopilot. Tesla has not yet commented.
Tesla is recalling almost all of its Cybertrucks due to a cosmetic exterior panel. 46,000 vehicles are being recalled because of a trim panel that can delaminate and detach while driving, increasing the risk of a crash.
The future arrived with a stainless steel body and a promise of autonomy. But for early Cybertruck adopters, that promise is quickly unraveling into a nightmare of near misses and heart-stopping moments. Across North America, owners are reporting alarming failures in Tesla's full self-driving system that undermine the very foundation of trust Elon Musk has spent years building.
The moment that a Tesla in self-driving mode started braking unexpectedly on the Bay Bridge, causing 8 cars to pile up.
Just this January, a Cybertruck owner experienced a terrifying near miss when his vehicle's FSD completely failed to yield to an oncoming car, forcing another driver to swerve violently to avoid a devastating collision. The incident, documented extensively on the Cybertruck owners forum, wasn't an isolated event. A Canadian driver discovered his futuristic vehicle couldn't perform one of driving's most basic functions, correctly reading speed limit signs. The system repeatedly misinterpreted 110 as 70 or 50 as 20, a dangerous discrepancy when traveling at highway speeds. He thought he was driving into the future. What he got instead was a near disaster on wheels. These aren't just inconveniences. They're life-threatening failures in a technology that's supposed to be smarter than humans. Are we just test subjects in Tesla's grand experiment? The mounting evidence suggests we might be. The pattern becomes more disturbing when examining the growing catalog of close calls. In February 2025, Jonathan Challenger experienced what he described as a utility pole in my face moment when his Cybertruck, running the latest FSD version 13.2.4, failed catastrophically during a merge. The vehicle ignored clear lane-ending warnings, plowing directly into a curb and light pole. The truck had its eyes open and still missed the danger, Challenger later posted, his words dripping with the bitter irony of someone who narrowly escaped serious injury. Michael's experience paints an equally frightening picture. His Cybertruck ignored a construction zone speed limit of 55 miles per hour and continued barreling forward at 90. The system, supposedly trained on billions of miles of data, couldn't recognize the most basic safety signage. But not everyone has been lucky enough to walk away with just a story to tell.
As this 2019 Tesla Model X driving in autopilot mode strikes their vehicles at 54 miles per hour, injuring 5 officers and hospitalizing the subject of the original traffic stop.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened more than 36 investigations into Tesla crashes involving autopilot or FSD features. Each investigation represents real lives altered or ended by technology that promised safety but delivered tragedy. How many more lives will be lost before a real solution is found? How can a system be so blind to obvious construction signs and traffic patterns that human drivers instinctively recognize? At the heart of these failures lies Tesla's controversial decision to rely solely on cameras for its self-driving system. While competitors employ a combination of radar, LiDAR, and cameras to create redundant safety systems, Tesla doubled down on a vision-only approach that's proving dangerously inadequate. The consequences are playing out on roads across America. When Challenger's Cybertruck failed to recognize an ending lane in February, the car did not hesitate, did not warn him. It just kept going. The cameras that serve as the vehicle's only eyes failed to interpret basic road markings that even novice human drivers would recognize. Radar and LiDAR systems used by virtually every other autonomous vehicle developer might have prevented these oversights by providing additional layers of environmental awareness. But Tesla's commitment to its vision-only approach has become increasingly difficult to defend as incidents pile up. Even the most advanced AI can fail at reading a simple speed sign. Is Tesla cutting corners in the name of innovation? The growing evidence suggests a troubling pattern of prioritizing technological bravado over proven safety measures. The irony is stark. A company pioneering artificial intelligence can't accurately recognize a basic traffic sign. The fallout from these incidents has triggered an avalanche of regulatory scrutiny. The Department of Justice is now actively investigating Tesla for potential fraud related to its FSD marketing claims, examining whether the company deliberately misled consumers about the system's capabilities. This investigation, ongoing as of February 2025, represents a dramatic escalation from previous regulatory actions. No longer content with recalls and warnings, federal authorities are exploring potential criminal liability for Tesla's leadership, including Musk himself. The NHTSA's multiple investigations into Tesla crashes have created a paper trail of concern that spans years, but the recent Cybertruck incidents have accelerated calls for more aggressive intervention. With each new failure, the regulatory noose tightens. Will Tesla be forced to halt FSD deployment on a global scale? The question looms larger with each passing week, as transportation safety experts warn that the company's ambitious timeline for a robotaxi service launch in Austin by the end of 2025 is dangerously premature given FSD's demonstrated flaws. How severe must fatalities be for regulators to hit the brakes?
The other recalls: failing windshield wipers, hard-to-read warning lights, parts literally falling off, and then the issue with the car's accelerator.
The growing consensus among safety advocates is that we've already crossed that threshold. Perhaps most telling in this unfolding crisis is Musk's conspicuous silence regarding these incidents. The CEO, never shy about trumpeting Tesla's achievements or battling critics on social media, has offered no substantive response to the mounting evidence of FSD failures. Musk keeps promising updates, tweeting optimism, and pushing the next product, most recently his robotaxi vision, while remaining eerily silent about the crashes that call his entire autonomous driving strategy into question. This silence stands in stark contrast to his otherwise hyperactive social media presence, where he weighs in on everything from geopolitics to memes. The disconnect has not gone unnoticed by Tesla's once loyal customer base, many of whom feel increasingly abandoned by a leader who once inspired cult-like devotion. Does brand loyalty fade when lives are at stake? For a growing number of Tesla owners, the answer appears to be yes. Regulatory experts have explicitly warned that Tesla's robotaxi rollout timeline ignores proven risks, yet Musk continues to push forward with characteristic bravado. The man who positions himself as humanity's savior seems strangely unconcerned with the immediate safety of those using his products today. The market has taken notice. Tesla's stock has experienced notable volatility following viral exposés of FSD failures, particularly after the January and February 2025 incidents that demonstrated increasing frequency of system failures rather than improvement. High-profile investors like Cathie Wood have trimmed their positions in Tesla, signaling growing uncertainty about the company's future. What was once Tesla's crown jewel, its autonomous driving technology, is rapidly becoming its biggest liability. The company faces a ticking clock, with robotaxi service planned for launch in Austin by the end of 2025 despite ongoing safety concerns. Investors are increasingly questioning whether Tesla can deliver on its promises without further endangering the public. Can Tesla survive if public sentiment turns decisively against FSD? The question haunts both loyalists and critics alike. Maybe it's time someone else took the wheel has become more than just a clever turn of phrase. It's a sentiment gaining traction among shareholders, regulators, and former fans who've witnessed the company's troubling trajectory. The public's frustration has boiled over into a full-blown crisis of confidence. Social media platforms overflow with testimonies of near misses and erratic FSD behavior, creating a crowdsourced catalog of failure that Tesla can no longer ignore. The pattern of crashes reported in January and February 2025 demonstrates that these issues are worsening rather than improving, despite Tesla's claims to the contrary. Each new software update brings fresh promises, but delivers the same frightening results. Should Tesla be held accountable? Would you still trust a self-driving Cybertruck on your street? The questions are no longer theoretical. They're urgent matters of public safety that demand immediate answers. Will public protest and legal action finally force Tesla's hand? The coming months will determine whether the company can salvage its autonomous driving ambitions or whether FSD will be remembered as a cautionary tale of technological hubris. One thing is certain, the road ahead for Tesla has never looked more treacherous.